What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Hope you are doing well. In our last video, we built out our comments UI. In this video, we're going to be getting started with introducing our data model for our comments, talking about how we're going to structure this in the back end, and potentially get into actually uploading a comment to Firestore before we go over how to fetch them and display them in the post comment section. So first off, guys, I want us to talk about what this is going to look like in the back end in terms of how we're going to structure it and where we're going to put the comments and what the comment data model is going to look like. So we are going to be putting this on our posts as a sub collection, right? So we're going to go post, we're going to find the post we're commenting on, and we're going to create this sub collection of post comments. So each one of these guys will represent a comment for this post. As you can see here, this is this post right here. Scuderia Ferrari driver. Go here and we see that we have two comments. So each one of these represents a comment, and this is what our data model is going to look like. So we're going to have the owner of the comment text, the post ID that the comment is a part of, and the owner UID of the post, and also the timestamp for when the comment was made. So as a quick exercise, guys, to practice your data modeling abilities, I want you guys to see if you can pause the video here and just go ahead and create a comment data struct using what we see in the back end here to see if you can create that data model on your own. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you guys can do that now. Alrighty, guys, so now we're going to hop back into Xcode and see if we can create our data model for this comment. So first off, guys, you should have put it up in this model folder we created for our comments, and all you should have done was created a new file. It's going to be a Swift file, and we're just going to call it a comment. Could call it post comment, doesn't really matter, right? So we're going to make our struct called comment. And because we are displaying this in a list, guys, we are going to want to make sure we conform to the identifiable protocol. We're also going to want to make sure that this is codable so that we can encode and decode this object. So a couple things we're going to need. We're going to need to import Firebase and import Firebase Firestore Swift. So we're going to use this document ID var structure for our comment ID. And then to conform to the identifiable protocol, we're going to create an ID property down here at the bottom. Return comment ID NSUUID.UUID string. And I know I've talked about this before, guys, but just to reiterate this, what this property wrapper does is it makes it so that we don't have to pass in the comment ID to the body of our object. It will just automatically assign it that document ID that it sees when we fetch this or decode this object. So this is part of the Firebase Firestore Swift module, and unfortunately this has to be optional. And to conform to the identifiable protocol, we have to implement this ID property that cannot be optional. So this is just sort of a workaround so that we can conform to this identifiable protocol and make our lives easier when working with displaying this stuff in a list or a VStack in Swift UI. So let's keep going. The rest of the stuff should have been pretty straightforward. We're going to have a post owner UID, which is a string, a comment text, which is a string, post ID, which is a string, a timestamp. Sorry, that's not optional, and a comment owner UID. Okay, so that should be pretty similar to what you guys got. Make sure all this stuff is spelled correctly, guys, and it's all case sensitive in the right way and stuff. So this is all of our comment sort of metadata. So this is basically just pointing to a bunch of other things, right? So when we want to fetch the owner UID of the post or the comment owner UID for the user data and all that stuff, this is why we have all that stuff in there. And we'll see how this is used once we actually get into fetching our comments. And, you know, next up, guys, something that you might not have got here is that we also need to associate a user object with this comment. So we're going to create an optional user down here at the bottom as well. And let's actually just go ahead and add this above the computed property. And the reason for this, guys, is because we do need to display sort of user metadata with each comment, right? We need their profile image URL and their username. So we need to know each user associated with the comment. We have the comment owner UID that serves as a pointer to this object. So we can take that owner UID and then go to the user's database structure, fetch the user, and then assign it to this optional user property here. So that's how I like to structure this stuff. This is really good practice for data modeling, guys. We have objects that have dependencies on other objects. And this is really good practice when you're trying to build or model data in your application that starts to get more complex, right? So that is looking good for our data model. Now what I want us to do, guys, is go over how we can actually start to upload comments. So what I want us to do is go into the service folder next and create a comment service. So let's go and create a Swift file, comment service. And then in our view model, let's just go ahead and create that file now as well. Let's make another Swift file. We're going to call this comments view model. And this is going to be a class called comments view model, which is going to be an observable object. This is definitely going to have a published var for our comments, equals an array of comments. And then ultimately, guys, what we can do is just drop this into our view model, or sorry, our view to display that list of comments, but that will come later, right? What I want us to do before we do that is get into how to upload a comment. So we're going to be adding that in our comment service file. So I'm going to make a struct here called comment service. And we're going to have a function. It's just going to be static to upload a comment. Async throws. And this is sort of how I like to structure the service functions, guys. So whatever is in charge of calling this function should be in charge of constructing the comment, right? We don't want to leave that up to the service because that should be left up to either the view or the view model, right? The service just wants to say, hey, give me a comment so that I can upload it to Firebase. We don't want to have to do any sort of business logic there involved with building our comment, which we'll see how to do later. So all we need to do is encode the data, guys. So to do that, we're going to need to import Firebase Firestore Swift up at the top. And we're also going to need to import Firebase here. So we're going to say guard let comment data equal try firestore.encoder.encode our comment. And we can do this because we conform to the Codable protocol in our comment data model. And this just, sorry guys, we need to say else return. And this just encodes that data with this Firestore encoder so that we can just upload this comment data straight up. We don't have to build out a dictionary or anything. So this is way easier when you use the encodable protocol. All right, so now guys, all we need to do is upload this guy. So that should be pretty simple. We're just gonna say let underscore equal try, sorry, we don't need to say let underscore. We can just say try await, firestore.firestore.collection posts dot document. And we actually need the post ID here, right? So we need to know what post this is being uploaded for. So let's go ahead and add that as an input parameter. Post ID dot collection post dash comments dot add document async throws comment data. And let's just go ahead and make our indents here to make this more readable. Cool. And that's literally all we need to do to upload our comment, guys. So let's go to our view model and see what we need to do in order to actually call that function to upload our comment and then implement the action handler inside of our comments view. So here we can just make a function to upload our comment. And we only need one piece of information to do this. We need our comment text, which is a string. We also need the post ID that we're looking at, guys. And I think what we're going to do is make that an initialization parameter of our comment. So what I want us to do is say private let post, which is a post, init post self.post equals post. And the reason we're doing this is because all comments are going to have a dependency on a post, right? Comments can only be part of posts. So it would make sense that we want to initialize this comment view model with a post, right? Okay, so now we just need to create our comment so that we can call that service function and ultimately upload the comment to Firestore. So we're going to need our current UID to start this off. So let's import Firebase. Guardlet UID equal auth.auth.current-user.uid else return. Then we're going to create our comment. We're going to say let comment equal comment. And just select this option here, guys. So it's going to be our post owner UID is going to be post.owner-UID. We have our comment text inside of our input parameter here. This is going to be post.id. Our timestamp can just be a timestamp like that. And our comment owner UID is going to be the UID we just created. Or, got from our currently logged in user ID here. So let's indent all this. Boom. All right. Now, what we want to do, guys, is just call that service function. So we're going to say try await comment service dot upload comment to post.id. Awesome, right? This needs to be async throws. Perfect. Okay. So that should be good to go, right? Now we just need to go to our view, create an instance of our view model, and call this upload comment function. So let's go to our comments view. And you guys will notice that we do need to initialize this view with a post as well, because in order to create our view model, we need that post. But that's not going to be a problem because we are presenting this comments view from a post, right? So we can just go here and say let post be a post, or rather, let's say init post, which is a post. And let's create our comment view model at state object var view model is going to be casted as a comments view model. And we're going to say self._view model equals state object wrapped value comments view model with a post. So once again, guys, this is how you initialize a state object. You have to say self._, whatever your property is called. Use this state object initializer and give it the wrapped value of your actual thing. And then we pass along the posts to that. So now inside of our action handler here, we can just go ahead and say viewModel.upload comment and pass in that comment text. Perfect. So to solve our preview problems, guys, let's just go ahead and add one of our mock posts to. And we actually need to wrap this up in a task. So we're going to say task and paste that in there. And we need to just say try await. And I think that should be good, guys. So let's go ahead and see if we can now upload this comment. So let's run our code. And we're going to keep an eye on our database here. Are we getting an error? Yes, we are. Okay, so here we need to pass our post along to the comments view, guys. So luckily for us, we have it already inside of our feed cell. That's where this error exists. So here we are just going to say post, and run our code now. Perfect. Okay, so let's find this guy. This is this post we're looking at here. We are Venom. Let's go ahead and launch this. We got to get rid of all these mock comments, but we will do that later. Test comment and hit post. And let's go ahead and refresh this. And we should see our post comments coming up there, and that looks really good. Here's our comment, and we see there's all of our comment data. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. We still have a couple more things we need to implement, right? Like we need to make sure that we wipe out that comment text once we hit the post button. We need to make sure we're fetching all of our comments, and then we need to actually populate this like comments view guy with the actual currently logged in users information. And we just need to clean this up a little bit and then go over how to fetch comments. So we're going to be doing that in the next video. So thanks for watching this one, guys. Peace out.